to Non-Standard Actions Series 5, Strength of Thousands. This is episode 3, Special Delivery. Joining me today around our virtual tabletop are my wonderful friends and players, Jet, Joel, Kat, Tom, and Leif. Say hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Good job. Perfect. You guys are the best. Getting into our usual routine, let's start with our icebreaker. This week, it's courtesy of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. So I read this in his voice, but I'm no good at voices. So how do you keep yourself from being bored? Jet.
I'm Jet, he, him, Akina, she, her. And I think Akina, she does crafting. Weaving, knitting, just anything with her hands to keep them occupied.
Nice. Joel.
I'm Joel. I'm playing Elias. We are both he, him. Elias, to pass the time, he's always found solace in sort of menial labor. So he's worked in a blacksmith shop his whole life. So there's always something to clean. There's time to lean, there's time to clean, as they tell us in the service industry. So he's always, to keep from getting bored, he's found kind of peace in sweeping, wiping things off, polishing his armor, that kind of maintaining his weaponry. So anything to keep his hands busy and to be productive, he really enjoys.
Nice. Kat?
All right, I'm Kat, she, her, they, them. I play Revi, they, them. And Revi, this might shock some of you, but Revi likes to stave off boredom by reading, possibly writing, but reading is preferable, and learning in general. I don't know, it's a shock to you guys, I'm sure.
Terrible shock. Tom, what about Rix and Megara? Does Megara get bored?
So that's a great question. There's a lot of questions that I have to answer, both to myself and to you all about Megara. So I'll start with Rix. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm playing Rix and Megara. Both, all three of us are he, him. And so Rix, my only shock is that I didn't realize that this would be Kat's answer as well, or Revi's answer was reading, because Rix also loves stories, and one of the things that he'll do when he's got some downtime is read books and sort of study up on folklore and whatnot of the local area that he's in. And then Megara. Yeah, Megara just sort of, if Megara's bored, he'll probably just discorporate. Is that the word for it? He'll unmanifest. He will go back to, he'll revert back to the life energy that sort of, is his actual being, his soul. Do Eidolons have souls? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z to find out.
I just assumed they were a soul.
Yeah, they're mostly soul, right? But Megara is made of life energy. So Megara is almost like, a spirit of the forest. That's how I picture Megara.
It's a soul noodle?
A soul noodle, yes. A dangerous soul noodle.
Dangerous soul noodle, yes. Leif.
No,
come back from dying and tell us.
Hold on, I'm going to give me a second, because dangerous soul noodle. Oh, Lord. Hi, I'm Leif, they, them, play Maruk, he, him. And let's see, Maruk passes his free time. He thoroughly enjoys study of esoteric subjects. And I'm going to leave it at that, because Lucius as well, his familiar, his free time is usually passed with naps or berating his master for crackers.
Yep. Both of these things are very important. And if you're in our Discord, you can now use a Lucius emote to berate your friends
Exactly.
and beg them for crackers.
As it was intended.
As it was intended.
We're just, lousy with great art this season, this series. I mean, we're always lousy with great art, but we have more than just our character assets this time around. It's
yeah,
cool.
It is pretty great. And as always, I'm your GM, Nick. I'm playing the entire world. and I never get bored because I have so much to do. That's why I love running games. You know, it doesn't give my ADHD time to be bored. Let's get back to our action here. I would say for a hero point, but I think you're all maxed out on hero points. You got to spend some of those this week, friends. What happened last week at the Magambia, Jet?
Well, the thing I'm going to talk about happened at the very end, but I got 2 small naughty children in trouble by putting up my webs in corners, and then I made friends with their mom and joined her knitting club.
You did. It's true. Joel.
I also made friends and influenced people. I found the Magambian Fight Club. So they're going to teach me how to fight. They're going to teach me, hopefully, how to be more comfortable in my armor, that kind of thing. But we also unlocked the student bookstore, which is super dope. They're going to give us money each semester. So we got that going for us.
1, though. Stealing your joke blatantly. Broke rule 1.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, rule number 1 is we don't talk about our fight club. So pretend like you didn't hear that.
Cat.
All right. Revi also made friends with the gremlins in exchange for app making tips. It also learned that the gremlins, the pugwumpies as it were kind of not hired, but placed in the Magambia to possibly cause mischief from some outside source. Discovered this during the lovely parade of gremlins following the knoll.
They said, they said something about working for a tougher gremlin named Kershkin specifically.
Names
and the Kershkin works for a scary ghost.
Scary.
Tom.
I'm talking about Encanto in the chat because Shade said we don't talk about Bruno, and we watched that recently, and it's so good. Oh my god! But last time on Strength of Thousands, Rix also influenced people. Didn't make any new friends, but you know he's halfway there. Whoa! But he did influence people to help us find some chickens because we were sent to market to buy a very specific breed of chicken. The breed was. Insert breed here.
And chickens.
I'm sorry, I spoke over you. What?
The Ojofiri chickens.
The Ojofiri chicken, of course, just
cute.
like I said. Very cute. We actually have them as one of our hero point tokens, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
You do, yes.
Yes. And so we went to market, and we're not allowed to tell people that we were from the Magambia, interestingly. Never found out why. Still very curious about that personally, both Rix and Tom. But yes, we'll see. We got the chickens in the meantime, and got a good deal on them too, to boot.
You did. And Leif.
Going last is so hard. What didn't happen last time that we've already mentioned? Maruk was reclusive and odd. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty standard.
And fascinated by shiny beads that Akina kept giving to him. He's definitely like decorating his room with them.
Oh goodness, he's nesting.
It's his nest, right? Yeah, exactly. This is his home now, for the time being. We mentioned unlocking the school door. They paid us a lot of gold to up front.
Mm-hmm.
It's your grant money for the semester.
You went to the library.
Yes, Maruk learned how to check out books, and I believe Revi did too.
Well, Maruk went and checked out books. Revi learned how.
Right. Yeah.
Maruk already did.
That is correct.
And you've completed with that you've completed your first 2 perquisite tasks. We're starting. That's like the third. It must be the 3rd day that you've been here at the Magambia. And when you exit in the morning to go to your meeting spot out front of the dormitory. Anchor Root, you've all met Anchor Root.
Our favorite.
Your favorite. Mariama, who Elias has met, and Chazire, not this one, the handout one, your catfolk friend, are waiting for you out front. Though Chazire has curled up in a blanket in a miraculously dry spot and seems half asleep. Mariama observes the drowsing catfolk with detached interest before turning to raise a hand in greeting. From an objective standpoint, it's really impressive how we can sleep anywhere. Anyway, we're the Cascade Bearers, or at least I am. Anchor Root is filling in because Chazire is Chazire. Cascade Bearers advance magical theory. It's also our job to make new magic safe for everyone to use, so we don't have a repeat of the exploding nose incident. We don't talk about the exploding nose incident.
Oh, but I desperately want to know about the exploding nose incident.
Anyway, since you showed us there are gremlins around, we're going to do some sparkly finger wiggles to help deal with that. We need some special oils to do the ritual, though. Anchor Root's here to tell you what to get. The small gnoll squeaks and flinches as attention turns to her. We need scarlet cap oil, bone oil, and caterpillar oil, but they need to be the right. I'll just show you. If you have trouble making the oil, come back here and I'll wake Chazire up. He's good at brewing, Mariama adds. Be done in 8 hours or you'll miss dinner and try to have fun. I could show you those caterpillars if you want.
Oh, please. That would be lovely.
Yes, I'm not much of a caterpillar kind of guy. Do they produce all of these oils, or?
Just caterpillar oil. The first thing we need is bone oil. I need lucky bones.
Maruk says, "I think I can handle that one." Yes.
Oh, do you have object reading, or some other targeted divination spell?
I'm sorry. Do I have what?
To tell which ones are lucky.
I have the ability to read the auras of the bones.
Mechanically speaking, what spell is that?
It's read aura. It's a cantrip. I'm not sure if I fully understand what I'm trying to do here, but this is what
it has to be a targeted divination spell. That has a target, right?
One object is the target, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that will work perfectly.
Marvelous. Yes, I knew this would work all along since you mentioned bone oil.
Akina licks her lips and says, Yes, show me these caterpillars.
Okay.
She didn't do it in a menacing fashion.
Anchor Root leads you to her room and shows you a caterpillar in that is sitting on a branch in a tub on top of her dresser. These ones. We need a few of them. They're really painful to touch, so you have to collect them very carefully.
We gotta kill him to get the oil?
Yes.
Okay.
Please don't make me watch.
Oh, you can turn around if you want, Anchor Root.
Yes, you may leave if you are too squeamish for this business.
Well,
Here, you can make the oil for them somewhere else.
That's what should we carry them first out of the room, or just do it here?
Oh, you'll find more. You can't. This one's mine. This one's my friend.
This
You
is
have
just
to go into
template. This is the template.
They look like this one, but you're gonna have to go into the forest and find more. You can't have Steve. I'm sorry. Steve is my friend.
Revi had already taken a few steps forward with their dagger.
The moment Akina heard that she named it, she's like, I will die for Steve. None of you will harm Steve.
All right, but yeah, we'll take a mental image of it.
Yes.
And the last thing you need is scarlet cap oil I have right here. She takes out a cluster of dried red cup-shaped mushrooms. You can find them in the jungle. There's this tree in a clearing, and she describes how to get to said clearing. The dried ones won't work. So we'll need the fresh ones. And they need to have gotten a lot of sunlight and moonlight. So you need to get ones that are high on a jungle tree. Red Ridge Mother calls them tree blood. Sorry.
Ah. All right. Well, let's go find these caterpillars, and then, hopefully we'll find some bones for Maruk to sort through, and one of us can get the Red Ridge.
Sure.
So you need
like
scarlet caps, the scarlet cap mushrooms, the bone oil, the bones to make bone oil, that anchor root will. Well, she was going to help you figure out which ones were lucky. So you need to make bone oil, you need to make oil from the mushroom caps, and caterpillar oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Any old bones will do, right? So we'll
They
just.
have to be lucky bones.
Well, I meant like, but of any creature, we'll just
Yes.
find a bunch of bones. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we can do that.
You have to find a bunch of bones and then figure out which ones are lucky, which Marut can do.
Cool.
Like it.
Let's do this.
Okay.
So where would you start?
Are the caterpillars and the scarlet caps going to be in the jungle?
Yes.
Okay. And I imagine maybe we could find some bones in the jungle as well. So, shall we look for the caterpillars first?
Maybe on the way to find the scarlet caps.
Sure.
Yeah, as we walk, Elias will, they said, Anchor Root said to look high, where they would be getting lots of sunlight and moonlight. So I'll be looking up for the roots rather than down for the caterpillars.
She did tell you where you could find some of the scarlet caps. So you know where you're going for those.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
But you can make me survival or nature checks for the caterpillars as you walk through the jungle.
Ooh, I've got a 17 nature.
16 survival.
12 nature.
I rolled poop for nature. I'm going to. That's a thing I'm good at. I'm going to use a hero point already.
Hey,
Alright. Do it.
gotta use them or lose them, as no one says.
It's true. You can't, because you can only have the 3. You're
So
always going to
that's-
get one at the beginning and the end.
There's a
So.
21.
Hey,
There
nice.
you go.
Which makes Akina the first one to spot these caterpillars, but Maruk and Rix are not far behind. Like I said, like Anchor Root said, they're painful to touch. So, how are you getting these caterpillars?
How am I getting these caterpillars? Well, Nick, I have an abundance of spider silk.
Good. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
I would like
You got it.
I would like to wrap my hands in that to protect them. Maybe, collect them and then put them into like just a swatch of the fabric and then tie it bindle style.
Well, you could also squash them into oil now if you want.
Well, see, what I do is I'll put them in that fabric and then I'll twist them and it'll be like a juicer.
Beautiful. Very well done. You have your caterpillar oil, and you continue your trek deeper into the forest. As you do, who's trained in society?
Ooh, Maruk is. Maruk
Elias
is
is a man of culture as well.
Ah. Well, then, you're talking as you walk along, and it occurs to you that probably the easiest place to find bones, rather than looking for them in the jungle, would just be to go ask a pusher.
Well, let's.
Yeah.
Ruth
they've got a lot of
suggested
bones.
from the beginning. He already knew this, like as we were leaving. He just wanted to appease the group.
I honestly just assumed that Maruk had just a stash of bones and was going to go cast the spell in their bedroom.
No, he doesn't carry bones around. They're plentiful everywhere.
They are. You can just sort of find them. And you come to, following Anchorwood's directions, you come to this clearing.
I'm nervous.
Which, you know,
Clearing.
the fact that it has a map has absolutely no disturbing connotations whatsoever. Of course.
Dear listener, we've been brought to a map. Send help.
It's a beautiful map that Paizo wanted us to look at for no reason.
To be fair, our dorm room has a map. So
That's true. And you only had one fight that was not even a real fight in your
we
dorm
have a
room.
fight.
So
The
far.
blood's
You're a
everywhere. We still
murdered
haven't cleaned the
innocent.
blood out of the bathroom.
No
There was
blood.
no blood involved. It was clothing.
Magira murdered an innocent creature.
So
Talk.
we arrive at this clearing.
You do indeed. And there's a tree in the middle covered with mushrooms as high as 20 feet up its trunk in the middle of the clearing.
Well,
What do you do?
Elias is like, somebody get out there, sundial timing. I think I can get up to the top there in 8 seconds. But he is itching to climb the tree if he is allowed to.
Absolutely. Place yourself where you are climbing said tree. Give me an athletics check. Everybody else, show me where you're standing as Elias goes to climb this tree for no reason. No reason at all.
For no reason, you say.
Megara
Yeah.
would also like to be climbing the tree. Rix will be standing back watching.
Do you want to race, Magira? Ask Magira
right.
if she wants to, if they want to race. Rix.
Why not? He looks pretty strapping. But I don't know. It might be hard to beat a creature of the forest. But yes, tell him I'm up for a challenge.
Elias takes his warhammer in his hand and he sort of does like the Mulan thing where he like twirls it around the backside of the tree and climbs up it. Like spoiler alert, she does with her medals. All right, so athletics check.
I can't believe
Presume
this
you're
was
both
30 years
in
ago.
like here
Yeah,
near
yeah.
the base of the tree to go climb it.
Yep.
And everyone else is standing around the outside here.
Yes.
All right. As you two go to climb the tree, this little creature rides a leaf down from the top, like jumps down holding a leaf.
What little creature? Oh,
This little creature. Let me get his handout. Oh, he does have to be adjacent to the tree trunk. This creature.
Paizo, you're making me blush.
He's okay. So he's here adjacent to the tree trunk. And he is gonna roll initiative, I think.
Oh.
Because
Are we all rolling initiative?
yes, you're gonna want to do that. This is a single interact action. We'll just count it against his first round of actions here because it doesn't make much sense to have you roll initiative before you see it. I guess initiative is seeing him.
Nick, is this, not to read too much into it, is this something that requires battle music, or should I just leave us on this nice forest?
He is in fact going to attack you. So battle music would be appropriate. I know you haven't gotten a battle yet to date. Elias is first as this mushroom person swings down from the tree.
Okay. And he looks like he looks grimacing on his face. He's got a big old
Oh, yeah.
grimace on his face.
He does not look happy to see you.
Okay, if I wanted to recall knowledge on this creature, would it be nature?
It would indeed.
I don't know anything about him. So what I'm gonna do is take out my I mean, it was just a flavor that I had my Warhammer out and I was climbing. So I'm going to take out my Warhammer because it wasn't actually out. And I'm going to offer him, I guess I'm going to step back and say, we don't want any trouble, friend. I'm just here to pick some of these scarlet caps and be on my way. I don't mean to cause any trouble. And I don't really have anything to back that up diplomacy-wise, but I'm not going to hit this guy because it looks like we're invading his house. So I'm going to back up and let him hit me first if he wants to.
All right. Revy?
He's gonna do that nature check on this little monster creature thing. See what he. Oh, I'm gonna use.
Well,
a
you
hero
don't know
point
either.
on that. No, hero point. Take my whatever the hell that is.
Wild boar.
It's a boar
Wild
mask.
Right, and let's roll better than a 4. Okay.
Well, it's better than a 4,
Better
but
than
a 5 still doesn't cut it. You're not sure what that creature is either.
Okay. Taking a leaf out of Elias' book, Heavy. It's 2 actions to ready an action, right?
Right?
Alright. I will shoot this little monster if it attacks anybody. With my short bow.
All right. This, like I said, he swings down from the tree using a branch to do so, and he, come on, overlay layer. He emits a cloud of spores.
What? No.
He technically gets to pick the square he lands in. Sure. He's gonna land here. So he technically just now swung down. Dude, the bane of acting first. He emits a cloud of spores. Yeah.
Gross.
So I need Megara and Elias to make me a fortitude save.
Ooh, Megara's got a 16.
And Elias has a 24.
Well, Elias is absolutely fine. Megara has been exposed to purple pox. That's an onset of 1 minute.
Seems like an aggressive action.
It does seem like an aggressive action. You may take your
Taking a shot.
your held action.
I hit it twice. It's an 18.
18.
For 1 whole damage.
An 18 is a hit for 1 whole damage. Very nice. I'm going to put a marker on Megara for poison. Well, disease.
Oh, Megara!
Disease. Look at these cute
Megara's
little
sort of-
token markers. They're so cute.
Megara rears back at as these spores sort of enter his nostrils, and he just like hisses.
Yeah, it's not a good day for poor Megara there. That was 2 actions, and then I guess with his last action here, he'll just punch that snake. Oh wait, no, he can't do that. He doesn't have enough action. Punch the snake. Does a 16 hit our danger noodle friend?
No, the danger soul noodle is fine.
All right, Maruk.
All right, Maruk needs to close range on this guy. I'm gonna move forward 15 feet, and I think that gives me perfect. Yeah, and Maruk calls out to him, and not even assuming, he in his mind, the thing turns to look at him, and Maruk casts a spell.
Okay.
His eyes go pale blue, like flames, and he just kind of chants some words in a language that none of you probably know. And this guy gets to, let's see here.
We're not cool enough to know. We aren't from Canada or something.
I guess it's an attack roll, so I guess does a 20 hit?
Oh yes, a spell attack roll. Yes, a 20 hits.
Cool. So unless it's a critical, probably not a critical. He is
Not quite.
sickened 1.
Ooh, not nice.
Spicy.
Indeed not.
All right. Second one. Very nice. Oh, you know what? I did not bring in our conditions goblin. Joel, would you import our conditions goblin? I know you have one.
Of course.
Thank you. That way we can hit the button on sickened. Remind everybody what it does. In the meantime, Maruk, that was 2 actions. Do you have a third?
The first action was stepping forward, and then the 2 more actions were this. So 3
I missed the
actions
stepping forward.
complete. Yes.
In that case, Rix.
All right. Megara will think back to Rix because they can communicate telepathically. This creature just jumped down and I don't know. It almost looked like it expelled gas at me. What should I do? Am I free to attack? Yes. Go ahead and maybe try not to kill this one. But you are defending yourself at this point. And so Rix is going to... We're going to act together. Rix will cast Boost Eidolon, and Megara will take a single bite as 1 action total.
Okay.
So Boost Eidolon is going to increase damage by 2, which will be factored in here. I won't say this every time, but just figured it was a good thing to call out. Oh, wait, that's +2 to damage. A 19 to hit.
Will hit.
For max damage of 12 piercing damage.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Good. Yeah, Megara's and as Megara bites, his the spines on his back sort of flare and erupt into flames, and Megara is going to attack this thing a second time with fire. Boost Eidolon is still affecting us. That's a 15 to hit.
That's a miss.
A miss. Oh.
Miss.
You know what? No, I'll let somebody else, do things. Third action, Megara is going to try to grapple this thing with an athletics check. I know this has maps, so there's a negative chance of this working, but why not?
I mean, you never know.
Nope, that's a result of 0. I rolled a 10 on the die for
gross.
Or a 6 on the die actually for a 0.
All right,
That's
Akina.
All right. We still haven't clued in on what this is, right?
Right.
All right. Then it's... I never did this as Hivedall. It's 1 action to do the check on in PF2, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's 1 action.
Just quick interruption. Just because I would... I don't think it would be a service to our listeners if we didn't say I believe the creature gets to, because Megara crit failed, the creature gets a free grapple on Megara if they want.
Oh.
Due to the critical failure.
Thank you, Joel. That is something I'm going to have to get used to.
Or force you to fall and land prone. Dealer's choice.
You land prone there, Megara.
All right.
You're a snick, so really landing prone shouldn't be very bad, but
he falls over and briefly loses his,
he gets a little bit
footing.
tangled instead of being actually descriptively prone. Megara is just tangled. He's a tangle noodle.
I am assuming that a 14 does not figure out what this thing is.
It doesn't. It's some sort of ambulatory mushroom. But you don't know anything else about it. Does it appears to have spores?
Yeah, I will unwrap a leather thong that's wrapped around her wrist, and she will ready her sling, because I think I then have to load it for my final action.
All right.
I think. I'm unfamiliar with slings.
Go ahead and double check, and if you do get an action, we'll throw it in.
It says reload 1 action. I don't know. I believe that I would have to load it to begin with.
Most likely.
Yeah. So.
All right, Elias.
All right. Well, he looks at this mushroom and said, that's offensive. And he's going to take a step in, and he's going to use his warhammer and kind of spin it as he's walking, and he's going to channel a spell, and it begins to glow as a claw reaches on the end of his warhammer. So his warhammer is going to be charged here with a little bit of a spell, and I'm going to attack. Actually, I might as well. I will end up provoking if it has attack of opportunity, but I'm going to stand here in this flanky flank position if I can.
He doesn't appear to.
Okay. Groovy. Here we go. And then it's going to be a scratching, clawing motion. So does a 14 hit his flat-footed and sickened?
Oh, flat-footed and sickened.
Net -3.
Not quite.
All right, I'm going to use one of those shiny hero points. So I'll just reroll and keep the damage. 20 plus 7. How about a 17 against those same conditions?
That will hit.
Okay, so it's going to be 9 bludgeoning and 5 slashing damage.
Very nice. That hurts.
Okay, and that's my whole turn.
Oh, you said slashing. Put some of that back. All right, Revy.
All right. So Revy is going to, let's see, 30 foot. Sorry, I didn't think this through. Just do a little bit of measure. Okay, go there. Revy will scamper. Oh wait, I don't have move speed in this game anymore. Man, that's rough.
You do. I think for kobolds it's 25.
Yeah, I'm just used to having, a lot.
A lich's.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
All right, well, let's get up here and see if this is close enough to do a 30-foot earth attack.
You're gonna,
Will
I
that
think you're
hit
gonna have
bigger?
problems with Elias there.
Yeah, I will. All right, in that case, we'll move up.
You can hit me.
There.
Elias trusts you.
As Revy moves up, actually, we're gonna sneak about in the kind of lower branches and see about stealthing to get a shot with sneak attack. Is that possible?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how sneaky they can be. Not very sneaky. All right, throwing away a hero point. Throwing away a little boar again.
All right.
Wow, I'm not... Okay, cool. It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be.
But they will still do a shot with the short bow.
All right. That hits.
I'll take it.
You just don't.
6
You don't
damage.
care.
I don't
You
get
don't get
sneaky.
precision, but
Yeah.
still 6. Pretty good. All right. At the start of this ambulatory mushroom's turn, the spore cloud does dissipate, and take 2 actions to attempt to dominate Bagheera. Give me a will save, Tom.
Dominate, you say?
Mm-hmm. For
Hate that.
domination.
Spore domination. Yes, this is horrifying. Nope, that didn't happen. That's a natural toot. I might only have 2 hero points. Well, take one of them. Let's reroll that. That's an 11.
That is indeed an 11. Are you spending another hero point, or did this one just reappear?
No, that's mine from my turn. I forgot to send mine out. That was from me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, sadly, Bagheera gets a failure, so until 1 minute from now, Bagheera is helpful to these ambulatory mushrooms, and can't take hostile actions against them unless Bagheera is attacked by this mushroom, in which case he will be freed from this effect.
Yeah. The plural of mushrooms is worrying.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yes, you cannot attack any of these mushrooms for 1 minute, Bagheera. It will then turn around and punch Elias instead with a 19
That is a hit, my friend.
for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my!
And that's its turn. Maruk.
Maruk sees things getting a little bit rough, and he says, "Oh my, this is most disagreeable." And he scratches a symbol on the ground, chants again in this language that none of you know, I'm sure. And then he draws a blue orb out of his lantern and places it at the middle of this thing he's drawn. And this is a 3-action spell. To bring in one of these guys.
Oh no.
Name that spell, Leif.
Elias is like, guys, it's getting much worse than the mushrooms.
And, and just right next to this mushroom and kitty corner to Elias, a skeleton claws its way out of the ground. That's right, Maruk has cast Animate Dead.
And it does get its actions.
It
now.
does!
That's why it's a 3-action spell.
So, the skeleton looks around, looks at Elias, looks at the mushroom, looks at Magira, and Maruk says, No, the mushroom, please. And it will make 2 attacks. One
It's a
scimitar
9.
strike. 2 scimitar strikes.
Oh, at a 20. A 20 is much better. Not quite a crit. It does get 3 slashing damage.
I don't know if is that supposed to have map in it?
Oh, it should have map in it.
Yes,
It makes it only a 16.
But this
Not
thing is
hit. Or
this thing is sickened, right? Oh no, but it was probably not sickened because it ended its turn.
Yeah.
Sickened lasts until you take an action to retch.
Yeah, it didn't use an action to retch, so it's still sickened.
Okay.
But either way, 15 with map is not enough. He was sickened. In that case,
all right.
Rix.
So this is interesting because like Megara is helpful to the mushroom, but Rix definitely knows that mushroom just pulled some shenanigans. So like Rix is, trying to talk to Megara through their connection, but Megara is just sort of. I think it's going to manifest as Megara is just not really into taking Rix's commands right now, which is still weird. But
Megara help that mushroom.
yeah, we're not going to let Megara help that mushroom. So I guess Rix, what even are spells? Am I right? Well, I've got, that could be good. Okay, so I guess Rix is going to cast, let's see.
It's a nice mushroom. We should be friends with the mushroom. Come on, Rix.
Megara, it's an evil mushroom, and it farted on you, and then it told you that it was your friend, and it used magic, and that's not cool.
It's our friend. It's totally our friend. Okay.
So,
do actual things.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. You know me, I'm terribly indecisive. We're going to. Wow, Elias looks bad. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move up. Because we are 45 feet away, so we need to move 15 feet closer. So Rix moves into that sweet spot of 30 feet away, right next to Maruk, and then we'll cast Heal as 2 actions towards Elias.
All right.
So, yes, Rix will channel some healing towards Elias, and I'll press the button. And it doesn't even. Okay, well, that's fine too.
That's fun.
Plus 8. That should get you back to full, my friend. Take 12 points of healing back.
Oh, great.
Also, unrelated, Joel, you might want to put your hand up to the camera because you are very blurry right now. Well, anyway, that's my turn.
Full heal. Thank you.
You're
Sweet.
very welcome.
Akina.
Akina will step forward slightly and I guess let loose with that sling. Is the skeleton guard getting in the way there?
Nah, you're good.
Oh, why are you doing this to me here? Not Hero Lab. Why did I say that? My character sheet just like collapsed in on itself, but not in a good way.
Oh, I hate it when it does that. You gotta like grab the corner and
Yeah.
drag it back out.
You have to just close. Well, I've found closing.
Yeah,
the,
closing
Yeah, I
it,
gotta
because then
close
the
it.
like buying the scroll won't work afterwards.
Yeah, it did the bad thing. All right, here we go. I can click the thing now. A 22 for
That's
one
great.
for one bludgeoning damage.
1 bludgeoning damage, but that was a great roll.
That was. She feels real good. It hit it right where she wanted, right between the eyes.
Pink.
Doink. That was 1 action, and I will. I guess I'm gonna just drop the sling, and then 2. That's free, right?
Well, you moved up.
Oh, I did move up, so that was
So
2.
that was your
Okay, so
second
I got
action.
1 action left. Sorry, I forgot about the movement. I don't know what else to do.
Reload.
Reload. Yep,
I don't think
And that's
Sling
it.
has reload.
it
It
does.
has reload 1.
Has reload
Oh.
1.
Weird. Okay.
All right, Elias, because you have to fish another rock out of your pocket. You know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, archers don't have to fish another arrow out of their quiver for some reason.
Because
But
they
it's fine.
because
I'm
they
not-
put it because they put them in their buns.
I've already made too much talk from this. I regret it.
All right, Elias.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step here, perhaps providing a little flanky flank for my scaly friend at some point, and then I am going to do a shielded strike. So as I make this strike, and a piece of energy or begins to form around me like a magical shield, and I make a strike. So I'm going to do that
Nice.
with my Warhammer.
That mushroom. Oh, that's an 11.
I know, and I feel cheesy using all these in the same fight, but I am going to use another hero point just because
All right.
we have
Now,
them so generously.
I might offer. We have a buttload of rerolls that people have donated to us.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. That's also
Um,
true.
And they have not been used since episode 1. But I chalk that up to us only having not having a ton of fights to where everybody
Hero
wants.
points now, like.
Yeah. Also, hero points really sort of sustain us too. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the monthly meeting. But
All
We'll
right.
revisit this.
yes. So I'm just gonna mark one from Ghost from 14 days ago as complete. New game hype.
20 against
You'll have your hero
Sickened.
point back.
Okay.
26 against Sickened is gonna hit. Too bad you don't have your flanking.
No. Someone's snake is having a waltz about the mushrooms. So I will do 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I've got
Nice.
1 action left. So with my free hand, I will go ahead and try and trip this creature. So that's a 10 against its reflex DC.
No.
Okay, is that a critical fail?
No.
Okay, great. That's my turn.
All right, Revy. Cat, you're muted. Talking to yourself.
Muted. It's so much fun. I love talking to myself. Revy's gonna do some more sneaky, shooty. Dart a little bit further over this way. Stealthing along as they go. Tripping over a
13.
stick. Tripping over a stick. And then shooting at that mushroom.
Which has indeed lost track of you.
Oh my.
But you only got a 14.
Oh, no, I want a sneak attack, dang it.
But it's sickened and flat-footed because it's unaware of her, right?
It is, that's true. Which
Them, I'm sorry.
which is 14 still not quite enough. Give us a reroll.
Oh my god. Okay, well, the reroll wasn't meant to be.
It was
Again.
not. Do you have a +1 in that queue, Tom?
Oh, you know I do. This
Yeah,
plus
we have
Give us
one,
a
something around.
this
Give us a
one
shout out.
comes to us from Shades Corvid. No, from the Double Doge, because it says 10 points to Gryffindor because Magic School. So
Which makes it hit for 10. Well, yes, 10 damage. Ow. Ow. That mushroom is up next. Oh, you only moved and shot. You have one action left.
Man, reveal. Take another shot. Boop.
Fish for crits. Yeah, that one's not going to be enough.
Yeah, no. Again.
I mean, you could throw another +1 on it, I suppose. It is a 14 again.
as soon as they
One
shot
damage.
the mushroom becomes aware of them.
Oh, that's true. So it's
Yeah.
no longer, yeah. It's not quite enough. That arrow does go wide. And on the mushroom's turn, this mushroom is done with y'all. Takes 3 move actions. 1, 2, and then it goes off the edge of the map over this way. Are y'all gonna chase this mushroom, or are you just going to let it flee?
I think we're gonna let it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should let it go. We invaded its home.
I believe that means that I will certainly win the race up this tree, as Megara seems to still be down.
Revy's actually going to join you in that race. They have the cave climber feat.
Oh no!
Give me
no.
Oh,
They're not very good at. Yeah.
does Cave Climber give you a climb speed?
No.
Oh, well,
I
give me those
wish.
athletics checks then.
I do have something that does give Megara a climb speed, though. As the mushroom runs off, Megara will sort of slither to an upright position and say, "Well, it's a shame that mushroom ran off. I sort of wanted to talk with it more. My head feels funny. Am I supposed to feel like this, Rix? Am I going to feel like this for forever?"
Yes, in my medical
No,
opinion.
Megara. You'll be fine, Megara. And Rix is going to cast a spell on Megara to help him climb up the tree faster, and it is Evolution Surge, which gives Megara, of many options, I believe it gives him a climb speed.
He just falls off the tree immediately.
I think your climb speed means Megara wins the race to the top of the tree.
That's true. I only move at like half speed, even on a success.
Yeah.
So
Gains a swim
Although that is a
speed.
critical success, Elias.
I think
Oh.
I think it might be quarter speed and then half speed on a critical success. I don't know, but I see this Megara just zoom right past me.
No, you don't, because I lied, because the climb speed comes at 5th level.
Dope.
So, my apologies. You win, probably.
Unless you want to make
Oh, Megara will
athletics
try.
check.
But that's Rix's athletics check,
No.
which is not good. So we'll actually roll this one instead. That's a 14. Probably
You do make
not.
it, but not as fast as Elias. Elias makes it to the top first and starts picking the mushrooms. And
They're all
also,
racing up the tree root with kind of sighs and just and then he, as this happens, he's dismissing the skeleton so it doesn't turn on us here in less than a minute.
Oh yeah, we should address that at some point. That was quite the surprise.
All right, so we got the mushrooms.
Or do we?
You do indeed get the mushrooms. And you can press these mushrooms, but it requires a gradual squeezing to get the oil out of them. So it will take 1 hour to press these mushrooms.
That's
And
fine.
I do need after 1 minute, as you're coming back down the tree with all these mushrooms, Megara is going to take 2 poison damage and be stupefied 1 from the pox.
Megara will sort of hiss suddenly, perhaps alarming whoever's by him, and Rix feels the same damage from Megara because we share hit points, and says, "Megara, are you all right over there? No, I'm not all right. It feels like something's crawling around in my head. Do I need to make like another save or something like that?
What I do. So effect followed by an interval in parentheses. My interval. Aha. Yes, that's what I need. Not right now.
Okay. Rix will
Tomorrow.
turn to tomorrow. Okay.
Is there
Oh, well.
any sort of check we can do to aid that?
It is a disease.
Oh yeah. So medicine.
Medicine
I
has
have-
yeah.
I have
It takes
medicine.
8 hours. It takes 8 hours though to treat.
Yeah.
If it's disease, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I can treat injuries. I am less good at treating diseases and poisons.
That's okay. I will. Rix will absolutely see to that with medicine when we get back to the school. Okay. So yeah, Rix will turn to Maruk and say, "So, skeletons?"
And there we will fade to black. We'll take a quick 5-minute break. So everyone can imagine this conversation as the team walks back toward the Magambia. Be back here at 35 after the hour, and we'll pick back up with our next task of the perquisite. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your break. I know they're short, but these episodes are so much shorter. We have no time to waste. We left our heroes, headed back from the jungle, and off to get some bones. Correct? Yes.
We did have a bone to pick.
Correct.
Yes.
You do have a bone to pick, and you're headed to the butcher shop, right?
Or
We'll
Maruk's
take it to the
closet.
butcher
yeah.
shop. That's right.
Well, it's easy enough to find a butcher shop in Atembu. Tambu? What have I been saying?
That was
Natambu.
Natambu, but I could be wrong.
Nantambu, I think.
Yes, it does have an A in the middle. Natambu. And you walk it. Tell me how you go about this. What's your plan of attack?
Maruk leads the group brazenly into the butcher shop, kind of just cutting in line if there is one, and says, good proprietor, we require your leftover bones.
Your finest bones.
Rick stands at the ready to
Sure.
actually make a diplomacy check.
I see you're from the Magambia. If you can wait an hour for you to get some time to bag them up, I'll give them to you for free.
That would be marvelous. Right, Maruk? We're not in a rush here.
A whole hour, I suppose. But
Maruk, let's go look at that oddity shop over
maybe
there.
expedite this for you. I could summon you a hand.
I'm also willing to eat any meat that needs to be removed from those bones.
See if there's
Quite
any
hungry.
Well,
lucky. See if there's any
it's,
lucky meat.
For 1 gold, I can do it now for you.
Maruk, let's just go in that oddity shop. There's shiny things over there.
Maruk, money is of no importance to Maruk. He pulls a gold out from his hefty, at least 45 gold coin purse and flips one at him.
Bag of bones coming right. And
My good man.
the butcher does, in fact, bring you a large bag of leftover bones. Which,
A little something to grease the wheels, and he slides him another silver piece. And if I ever need any more material, I know where to come.
oh, well, thank you kindly. You folks have a good one.
You as well.
And then there's just the task of figuring out which ones are lucky. I presume you take them back, probably to your dorm.
Yes.
Do you have a fantastic description of this spell, like your last one? You do have to go through each one of these bones. They're each an object, but
No, of course. But over the time, Maruk takes this bag of bones, and as they get into the dorm, he says, "This will be best done undisturbed. You will understand." And he'll just he walks up to his own dorm room, kind of rubs his hand across it, and then opens the door, closes it behind him before anyone else can get in.
Rix does, in fact, stand outside the door after like 5 minutes just to, press his ear against the door, see if he can hear anything.
Well,
Revy's right there with him.
you guys been here.
4 seconds per bone.
It's actually a 1 minute cast time.
Oh, never mind.
This is gonna take a while.
Akita starts knitting.
That said, there's not like any check or anything. It gives me knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, unless anyone really does speak Necrol, it is stuff you do not understand. And
I'm going to have to learn how to speak whatever language it is that he is speaking in there.
Well, not that it's important. I think
to see what it is.
The two of you should just leave him alone. He's doing
Necrol
us
is
a
like
favor.
super guttural, and like it's like nails across a chalkboard. Like from what I've heard, it's really gross language. So
yeah, absolutely, it does not sound pleasant. And Maruk is in there, and there's every now and again there's a flash of pale blue light, and just odd smells at odd intervals. But I'm sure it probably takes him about an hour to do all of this himself.
And you find the lucky bones. And to make them into oil, you're gonna have to carbonize the bones. It's gonna take an hour and a crafting or nature check.
Good news, friends. I don't need to leave the room. And
Yay,
I'm
more
going
secrets.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Dear listener, Maruk rolled an 11 on the first check and a 20 on the second. So you do manage to extract the oil from the bones, leaving you with your scarlet cap oil, your bone oil, and your caterpillar oil.
it's a full house. Let's
Yes.
turn them in.
Mariama will take them and take out a string of tiny bells. All right. Have you heard of gremlin bells?
Now we have. What are they?
Well, legend says that iron bells can ward off gremlins. They seem to mostly work because the gremlins believe that they're warded off by them, but we've been working on using them to create a stronger magical ward. And we want you to help test them. But first, I'd like you to perform the ritual. Can any of you act as a primary caster for this particular ritual? I need someone who's trained in nature.
Oh, we got it.
We can, if we both raise our hands, I don't know what happens. Rix
Best
will,
I can do is athletics.
Rix
Just
will
flex
acquiesce
real hard
to,
magically.
Rix will acquiesce to Akina. Please, after you.
Are you sure? You can do it.
Well,
Oh,
as many
no,
of
that's all right.
you as want to can be secondary casters with crafting, intimidation, occultism, or performance.
Oh, I will work with performance as a secondary. So, Akina, please, after you.
As you wish. And you said roll nature?
Well, ritual in the storage room where you found the gremlins the other day. Make sure they can't come back. There.
Okay.
And so you all head over as a group
Mhm.
to that storage area. And you're going to ward it with the cold iron bells. Give me that primary nature check. Very nice. And my secondary casters.
Right, here comes the performance.
Once again, those are crafting, intimidation, occultism, and performance. And as many of you as who would like can serve as secondary casters.
Oh
I think
no.
Rix actually starts telling, spinning a story about the first iron bells that were crafted to ward off the Pugwampy gremlins.
Cat, do you need a hero point?
No, I keep accidentally hitting it twice for some reason. So, or a hero point would be great. Yeah.
I was gonna say you should take that hero.
We also have rerolls, don't we?
Yeah, take a reroll,
Take a
friend.
reroll.
Yeah.
This is
Get rid
from-
of that 8.
This is from Shades. I am the pretty princess. That's why.
Thank you.
But you do very handily ward this storage room. And Mariam says, "Well done. The ritual seems to have worked the way we wanted it to, but since it doesn't target gremlins specifically, it could injure any kind of fae, even the benevolent ones. But
Rix's
still,
eyes
well
widen.
done. Or were you are a fae, aren't you?
I am a fae.
Oh,
So as she says this, Rix
You
has
are
been like
uncomfortable in this
fighting
area,
this
Rix.
discomfort. Yeah.
And as you were testing this, I imagine you made the door like one of the you ward an area with cold iron bells, protecting it from the influence of the first world. Fey creatures feel uncomfortable within the area, and all physical attacks against them are considered cold iron for the purposes of their weaknesses and resistances. Furthermore, you set up bells within 3 squares within the area, usually at entrances. When a Fey creature begins its turn in a square containing bells, it takes mental damage equal to its weakness to cold iron, if any. And it is non-lethal. So Rix is just uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I don't have a specific weakness to cold iron.
Okay, but you're uncomfortable in here now.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
like this room.
Rix,
Yeah.
Rix thinks to himself, he's like, I'm gonna play this cool. I'm glad this went over so well. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be affecting me too bad. But I am going to.
Rix, you seem a bit uncomfortable.
He knocks on the door 3 times quickly as he goes out of the room. I have to go. I'll be outside in the hallway.
Rix, why is your skin turning purple? It's as though you have like a sunburn or something.
I mean, if it didn't work right with Rick, maybe we gotta do it over again.
Do you have a rash?
Oh no,
worked.
it worked. It worked.
Sorry, Rix.
That's all right. I should have known better.
I should have considered that it might work on all Fae and not just the gremlins.
And which NPC is this one again? This is not. Is this Angkor?
This is
Rudy?
Mariama.
Mariama. Okay, sorry.
She's in my fight club, right?
She
That
is
does
in
or
your
doesn't-
fight club.
May or may not exist. Cool.
Mariama.
Cool. All right.
Let's.
Well, another successful task done. Good work, everybody.
Yes, you only have 2 tasks left. Get some sleep. I imagine you'll need it for the Emerald Boughs assignment tomorrow.
Oh.
And we'll jump to the next morning, because this is kind of a long one.
Yeah. Just as a side note, Akina gives Anchor Root the hat that she knitted. That's it.
Oh, very cute. When you arrive at the meeting place the next morning, Ignacy, who you met that first day, and Tenzin Wei. Why don't I have a... My goodness. I know I have a handout. There it is. It's not linked. There we go.
Tenzin
Are there to meet you.
knitting buddy.
Good morning, Ignacy says with a smile. As you've no doubt gathered, we're here to task you with your assignment for the day. Our ever thoughtful colleague Essie suggested that each of us petitioning to join the 5 branches of the Magambia take turns in requesting your assistance. Strands of glowing dawn Tenzinwei and I are hoping to become part of the Emerald Vows. Our field of study is the world as it is. We study the communities, people, and events of the present day, if you will. There are some people who feel that simple observation and investigation makes us the Magambia's spies, but that misses the point entirely. Today, I'd like you to help us deliver the mail. Ignacy produces a basket filled with letters and parcels. It's not a flashy task, but it's vitally important to the members of the local communities. If you find you have time to listen, people are often very willing to share news with those engaged in crucial public service. Tenzway adds, many recipients are far outside Natambu, so I've rented elephant birds for you to ride for the day. She steps over to large silk sacks bulging with food and odd-looking creams. I've also packed you snacks for the trip, some hot coffee, spare umbrellas, dry towels, fresh socks, muscle balm. Zanvi! She pulls out a toy elephant covered in sticky webs. Sorry, he wanted to help pack. And the elephant birds are over here. She leads you to a group of large, flightless birds. And there are 1 for each of you, including one with a special saddle for tiny little Ricks.
I was going to say special saddle for Magira.
Megara and Rix confer very briefly, and Rix, crosses his arms over his chest, and Megara fades away. Megara does not want to ride a bird. Megara's not about that. There's a reason Megara was born a snake.
He's not about that life, yeah.
Snake.
Man, when you said elephant bird, I pictured elephant, bird wings, beak on the tip of the trunk.
I don't have a picture of elephant birds, so maybe.
They're probably terror birds. Like
I imagine they
animal.
look like emus.
Oh, so
In my head, they look like
Terror birds, yeah.
They sound pretty great.
They're cassowaries. They're dangerous. Australia lost a war against them.
So as we saddle up to get flying here, Maruk is actually going to detect magic on these letters.
None of the letters are magic.
Boring. All right, let's do this.
I hear them not sealed.
Let's go.
What?
Nothing, never mind.
Are you going through the letters?
No.
Yeah, Revy wants to go through at least one of the letters.
No, don't. No.
Revy tries and then puts it back.
Bad. I will hold on to the letters.
All right, you have a basket of letters. Tell me what you do with the letters.
I secure them properly on the bird with me so that we might ride and people won't go through them.
Well, we have to know where we're going.
Okay.
Do they have addresses on them?
Let's do the quick sort.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We have to go about this logistically. Let's, however mail carriers do it.
Yeah,
Or there's the way
many
first.
letters are there?
So you start pulling out the letters and looking at them. Most of them do have clear addresses in or near Natambu. But 13 of them do seem problematic, unclear addresses. 5 of them are illegible. 4 have descriptive addresses and not like house numbers. 1 is addressed to the Magambian parcel deliverers, and 3 are addressed to gods and include instructions on how to deliver them.
I think I'll handle those last few.
All right, you want to start with the Deific missives?
Sure. Akina will start with those. That feels like it's up her alley.
All right, you have the first such letter is addressed to Gozra and requests the letter be attached to a kite, blown high in the air, and then cut free.
Sure. This sounds fun. Let's do that.
All right, what do you do?
I will... I, Jet, have made kites just in in my free time. I feel like she'll get out a little bit of her spider silk. She'll get a couple sticks, one slightly shorter than the other one. She'll lash them together. You know, she's probably got a little bit of fabric. You know, she'll make a kite with a tail, and she'll get on that bird, and she'll take off running to get that kite into the air.
Give me a crafting check. Make your kite.
Got a 17.
That's enough to make a kite. And a sleight of hand check to get that kite in the air. Since you're on a bird.
Thievery?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Well,
Wait,
we don't have
sleight of hand anymore. Yes, thievery.
Okay, this will be interesting. 16? I had to roll a 14 to do that.
Do you have a +1 in the queue, Tom?
Oh, we do. Shades Corvid says, "Ding dong."
There you go. That is enough to get the kite high into the air.
That was very appropriate. Ding dong, Gozra, here's your letter.
Yeah, right.
And I presume you release the kite.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Is anybody else looking at letters while Akina is doing that? This is going to take her a minute.
Yeah.
Revy will look at the illegible ones and try and decipher them.
Yeah, give me a society check to decipher writing.
Yeah. 20.
Yes, you managed to decipher one of the addresses.
If there's multiple ones of those, I'd like to give that a shot too.
There
With
are 4
society.
more of them, yes.
Yeah, I'll throw out a society. I'll look at Revy and I'll say, I can take a quick look at those, see if I can make heads or tails of them, and we'll do that myself. I can find my character sheet.
You should have one of those somewhere. I don't know what happened to it, but you should definitely have one.
What were the other types?
I rolled a 23.
So there are 4 with descriptive addresses, 1 addressed to the Magambian parcel deliverers, and deific missives. Elias also manages to decipher one of these horribly illegible addresses, leaving 3 of the letters with illegible handwriting to decipher. Does anybody else want to help with the illegible handwriting?
I don't have society, otherwise I would.
I'm just checking one thing. I think that might be my best option.
You,
Start.
Rix, it occurs to Rix, you could also probably ask around about.
Oh, okay. Then
You could ask for help to see if you could find where these people live.
yeah. Let me make a diplomacy check. To do just that.
Maruk also manages to decipher one of these letters. Are you each riding off in separate directions to deliver these?
I think so, yes.
They're all around Natambu. It's not like you're going anywhere particularly dangerous on your elephant birds.
With the party.
Putting the party so early on.
Yeah, Rix, you also take one of the letters and go out and start asking people, hey, do you know where this is? I can't really read it. Do you know where this is? And you do, in fact, get pointed to which we're pretty sure is the right house with a 20. And then you all meet back at the basket, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay,
An hour
is that all the illegible ones? So now we've got
That was 2, 3, 4 illegible ones. There's 1 illegible one left.
I think you might be our best at society, Maruk. Why don't I would, Elias would, for the sake of expedience, say, you seem to know your way around this place.
Oh, yes, sir. Bowing to superior intellect, always a good moral characteristic. Oh, and he's gonna...
That's
wrong button.
survival, but you
Yeah.
rolled a 20. You do manage to decipher that address, and easy. It's just doctor's handwriting. It's fine.
Yes. Of course.
So you still have the 4 with descriptive addresses, the one addressed to the Megambian parcel deliverers, and 2 more deific missives.
What's the next deific message?
The second letter is addressed to Nethys and explains that 5 different spells must be cast upon the letter at once within the same round.
Okay. What does it matter what these spells are?
Doesn't say.
Ah,
Huh.
I bet it doesn't matter.
Anybody have a 1-action spell? Or wait, there's 5
Same-
of us.
Yeah, within the
There's
same
5 of
round.
us. Sorry.
Well, Maruk is
We're at a
off
4-person
delivering that illegible letter.
Well,
But this
Uh,
one would still be pretty quick if you wanted to all cast a spell on it at once
Yeah.
when Maruk returns.
yeah.
Let's do that.
Akina makes ready to cast light upon it.
I'll cast guidance. Our powers combine.
I cast Gouging Claw and tear it up into a bunch of little pieces. No, I'm kidding. I can do shield to protect it.
Okay.
Yes.
Maruk, what do you
Make
cast?
Electric arc.
And Revi's mage hand, and the electric arc sets it on fire, and the letter disintegrates. Victory
Did it
is
work?
yours.
That's good.
I mean, you
Fine.
did the thing.
2 birds with 1 stone. Now we don't have to deliver it. I guess we did technically.
We did deliver it. What are you talking
Beg your
about?
pardon.
That
Okay.
one didn't really take any time.
What's the last deific missive then?
The final letter is to Mazlida, Imperial Lord of Stewardship, Community, and Snakes. Snakes. The instructions are that the enclosed message must be transcribed onto an egg and then fed to a snake.
Hey.
And further notes that the snake's refusal to eat the egg is a bad omen.
Magira, are you feeling hungry?
Is anybody trained in religion?
Yes.
I don't think Magira counts.
I super am.
Hey,
But I'm gonna
You-
either reroll or hero point that.
You don't need to. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
You know that Datambu has a shrine to Mazlida with quail eggs to inscribe and several egg-eating snakes to act as divine messengers.
Oh, okay.
But you do also have a snake friend. So
Yeah, let's there's another illegible one, right? There's the one
there
to
is.
the Okay, so
Oh no, Maruk took the last illegible one.
okay, and then there's the one to the parcel deliverers. I can head
There
off to the
is.
temple and take care of that if people want to deal with the
It's good because having Megara eat the egg would feel kind of cheaty. He is a snake, but he also does what I tell him to do. So
Sure.
All right, so let's do Akina heads out to the shrine. So you take it to the shrine. You can pretty easily, like I said, there are quail eggs available to inscribe upon. The message is a short request that a new canal wall be strong and reliable. The friendly, you notice, give me a nature check as you're assessing the snakes.
I'm gonna either reroll or hero point that. I rolled 2 1s in a row.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Tom, do we have any rerolls in the queue?
take a reroll, friend. Ghost says, y'all aren't lousy in any way. Thanks, Ghost.
My dice rolls are proving that wrong. 14. Gosh.
These snakes all look pretty hungry.
These snakes all look pretty hungry. Yeah, I picked the skinniest one.
You do, but the snake does not want to eat the egg.
Hmm.
Well, that's probably fine.
I go from snake to snake. I'm like, come on, eat this, please.
Give me another nature check.
I need you to eat this. No, the second snake is not hungry either. Come on, third snake. Not 16?
The third snake is hungry and eats the quail egg.
Surprise, surprise, it was the fat snake. I thought it would be
It
the
was.
skinny snake.
Third time's the charm.
It was the just right snake. It does take you a hot minute, so you're at the temple for a little while, like talking to all the snakes. Please eat my egg. Meanwhile,
I never thought I would ever say these words to a snake.
you guys have the ones with the descriptive addresses and the one addressed to Magambian parcel deliverers.
The last one's obviously to us, right? Oh, I was just going to say the last one's obviously to us, right? So let's just deliver that to us last.
Okay.
Open it. That's what I'm thinking. But
We've solved the riddle, I think. Oh, I was trying to figure that one out. Okay.
Yes. But yeah, if we can go by descriptions, I mean, would that be society or?
So you pull out the first one, and it's addressed to Chekwu, who lives up the road from the creek. You can make a survival check to try to find this place, or you can again, try talking to people to get directions.
Allow me to find some directions.
Ask around about Chekwu, who lives up the road from the creek.
Yes. Does this require diplomacy?
It does. Yes.
Okay. That's a 25.
Oh yes, you managed to find them just fine. People point you in the correct direction towards the creek and up to Chekwu's house. Elias, would you like to pull one out as well?
Yeah.
This one says, Babasu. His mother's Inye from Abole. He's from the city, grew up in Ajosa, and he moved when he got married. Lives with his in-laws now. Has many children and 7 dogs and an ostrich and 4 cats, which I told him will steal his baby's breath, but he won't listen. He has a shrine to Gozra in front of his house, but half the wave's head fell off and it looks like a lump now.
You can see why you gave this to me. It's obviously the size of a billboard. So yeah, I will strap it to my back. Do you need an athletics check to carry this thing?
No, it's okay.
Your shield
The
proficiency
elephant
comes
bird
in.
helps.
Yeah, okay. So I read all that, and it is a mouthful. How will I identify where this goes?
Survival or gather information.
I don't have either of those. I could ask around untrained, see where that gets me.
You could.
Not very far. So I carry it around and wait for Rix to get back, or perhaps I look at Revy and I say, Revy, nobody
somebody points you to Mubasu's house. You're pretty sure you found the right house.
Okay, does it have the shrine, the Gozra statue in front of it with the head off?
You think that's the right shrine? It looks like a lump.
All right, I knock on the door.
A person opens the door.
I give them the description and I ask if this is them.
Sure, yeah, that's me.
Oh no! Perception check to see if they're telling the truth.
Sense that motive.
Let me. Yeah, they seem to be.
Okay, I'll give them the letter and I'll say that was easy. And I'll ask them how their day's going, see if they've got any information they want to share with me, because that's kind of what the people said. Just kind of shoot the breeze with them.
Yeah, they'll tell you that they just found a puppy stuck up a tree. Here, come meet my puppy.
Oh, well, what could go wrong? Yeah, I'd love to see your dog. Should I come inside and leave all my weapons and armor by the front door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. No, I enter and I go, I can't say no to a puppy. Sure, let's go check it out.
It is indeed a puppy, a very cute puppy who comes up and licks your face. He's very happy to meet you.
Seriously, it's my day. Thank you.
This is Musubu. He is a good puppy.
Nice to meet you, Masulo. I'm Elias. I'm a new student in the area, and, well, it's just it's a real pleasure to meet you. If you ever need anything and you ever find yourself down on campus, look me up. I live right across from the dining hall.
So you have 2 other parcels with descriptive addresses. If Revy or Maruk wants to take a try, or you could open the one addressed to the Megambian parcel deliverers.
Are the other two both survival or diplomacy?
Yes, they have they're the same kind of unhelpful directions.
Maruk only gets a 12 on his survival, and will 0 point actually.
You're gonna hero point it? Okay.
Yeah. So I can do better than that. 23, like I said.
On a 23, you managed to find this this horribly unhelpful address. What about Revi?
Yeah, Revi will ask around after reading the wonderful description.
And she gets pointed. She gets pointed to a house that she's pretty sure is the right house.
This is probably right.
Probably
Yeah.
right.
Here you go, Revi. Here's a wild boar hero point.
Okay, cool. Boop. Yeah,
Yep, definitely the right house.
definitely the right house. Okay, cool.
Fate has decreed.
Fate always agrees with me.
And you all come back together to open the last letter, which inside is a very upset letter describing how a previous group of initiates misdelivered a parcel a few weeks ago. The angry grandmother writing the letter eventually realized that the package never reached her granddaughter and is furious as a result.
But that's not going to be us, right? Everybody got it where it needed to go, right? Everybody?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the gods received the letters that I sent them.
Elias?
If you want to go ask about the address, everybody seemed trustworthy, and I got to pet a dog. So if you would like to look at this address, and I recite it back to them, if you want to ask around about it and see if they say the same place as me, it won't hurt my feelings to double check my work.
Did you pet their 4 cats and their ostrich?
No, just a dog.
That's not mentioned at all.
But perhaps you could ask around about this grandmother's package, and we could retrace their steps and remedy that situation.
That's exactly it. That's a great idea.
That does sound like something that we would do. Does that seem possible from the context clues in the letter?
Yeah. She includes, in fact, the address that it was supposed to be delivered to. If you go to that neighborhood and ask around, you find that it's the talk of the neighborhood. Apparently, the parcel was intended for Naditi, and she really wants it back, and her neighbor Jatia got it instead. And it's everybody on the block has been hearing about it all week.
If they all know this, why hasn't Jatia just given the parcel to...
Megara 100% agrees with Akina.
She says that the Megambia gave it to her, and therefore it's hers.
Well, Megambia takes it back.
Yes.
Then it was meant to be. I would suggest stealing it normally, but I am also, I'm not, we are representing the Megambia, and also that would probably create more problems than it was worth.
Who are currently public officials.
Let's try talking to them. Maybe they will give us the package, and then we can deliver it to the right place.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm with you.
Let's go to their house.
You roll up in front of the house and knock on the door. A middle-aged woman answers the door. Hello?
Hello. We are representatives of the Megambia, and we heard that recently there has been some sort of, well, let me start over. There appears to have been a mistake, and I understand that this may be disappointing to hear, but the package that you received was not meant for you.
Well, it's mine now. It might have come here by accident, but I'm very proud of my unintentional gift. It was fate that brought it to my door, after all. And she gestures to an incredible Moxie stained glass lamp, which undoubtedly cost a lot of money both to purchase and to deliver intact.
Oh my god. And it's funny you mentioned fate, because fate, it seems, has brought us to your doorstep on this day to relieve you of it. For this is not something that you would want brought to the attention of the perhaps the local law enforcement, is it? This is a federal crime to hold mail that was not intended for you.
Is that sounds like an intimidate check.
That is an intimidate check, Nick.
Are you sure, quick out of character pause, are you sure this is the tactic you would like to use?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, screw it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, yeah.
Akina just looks very uncomfortable at the dark turn.
I just remember the Emerald Bows gave you this assignment, and they tend to study people.
Yeah.
And intimidation can have negative side effects with the people you use it on.
It's true, but this person's awful. They stole mail. They took this thing that is so clearly not meant for them. Tom hates this person. Because, they're almost like a porch pirate, but not really.
I showed up on my porch, therefore it's mine now.
Yeah, but it's clearly labeled for somebody else, and you're a piece of phlegm.
You can do it. I'm just giving you the chance to take it back.
No, I think I'm gonna do it unless somebody stops Rix.
No, we learned something new about Rix. Rix hates people that mess with the mail.
All right, give me an intimidate check.
That is a 23.
Oh well, I wouldn't want to get into trouble. All right, you can have the lamp.
Yeah, and then Elias is going to look behind and say, I'm glad we were able to settle this, but can I level with you, ma'am? The object that you have there, while it may look nice, it's actually just a cheap knockoff. I'm a bit of a craftsman myself. I'm a crafter, and while it's true that what you did is highly illegal and immoral, really, as a connoisseur of well-shaped and well-crafted lamps, you don't want that in your house anyways. In fact, we're really doing you a favor by not getting the police involved, but by also removing it from your house. So
give me a deception check.
Yeah, see, look here. There's the crafter's mark is clearly a forgery.
I was hoping to give a crafting check, but deception will be comical as well.
Yeah, the crafting would work if she knew of your skill as a craftsman or something.
Could I aid?
12. I rolled a 12 for those without the benefit of seeing it. But so yeah, a 12 deception check.
Even with an 8, a 12 is not quite enough. She appears unconvinced by your deception. Well, even if it is a forgery, it's a very clever one.
Yes.
But
we'll take it anyways.
I suppose you can take it.
Thank you very much. Easiest way to solve this. And Rix will not go and get the lamp because he is 1 foot tall. He'll let somebody else do that.
Akina will slide over there. She was already pointing out the fake maker's mark, and she'll very carefully pick it up.
You can take it across the street to Nadini, who's very grateful to get the lamp that her grandmother sent her. That was your last letter to be delivered. And when you get back, Ignacy and Tenzinwei have gotten some complaints about Rix's strong arm tactics. But other than that, you did a good job. And Tenzinwei offers you hot ginger beer to help shrug off the rain. And Ignacy thanks you for your assistance and instructs you to return to the same meeting point tomorrow morning for your next assignment. Your final assignment.
Oh no.
Okay.
It sounds so lethal when you say it like that.
Yes.
We're already in
yes.
book 6? No.
Yes, super vital. End of everything. But, like I said, that completes your task for the Emerald Bow. I will keep wanting to say Cascade Bearers again, but they're the Emerald Bow. And when you arrive the next morning for your final assignment of the week, you find Okoro, who I don't think you've met yet, and Noxolo.
All the
Waiting.
art for this book is so cool.
It's great. Waiting for you.
Oh, they got such a cool hairstyle.
An athletic young man waves enthusiastically from the pathway in front of the dormitory. Off to the side on the mossy earth, a woman in a handsome dashiki sways and casually dances, snapping her fingers to an imaginary beat. A bizarre beast resembling a cross between a 2-foot-long crocodile and a bear cub prances and nibbles at her ankles as she shuffles and snaps. Hi there, the man says with a wide smile. I'm Okoro, and this is Noxolo. We're part of the Uzanjati. Well, not yet, but the tale of our becoming shall be a good tale to hear someday. The Uzanjati tell stories to others and learn new stories in turn. Today, we want you to tell us the story of your past week, so we can learn it and pass it on to others. It's not only training for you in how to tell a story, but training for us in how to be good listeners. We all benefit.
A wise test, so to speak. Do we want to... how do we do this? Do we want to go around and take turns, or is it a performance check, or what?
So to make your story more skillful, you may incorporate a performance check, or another relevant skill if you feel like you have something else that can contribute. And this is a story you're telling as a group, so we can bounce around and everybody can contribute.
Cool.
You do need a check as part of your part of the story. Performance is the obvious one, but if there's something else you want to incorporate, please feel free.
All right. Well, Rix would step forward, eager to start us off, looking around for, permission. And he will say, well, as every good story starts, the main characters all were sort of thrust together as if fate itself had a hand in our meeting. And we all began by meeting with Teacher Ott, where he told us of the Magambia and its history and tested our proficiencies. From there, we were told that we would have a bunch of... well, I don't want to take too much story for other people to tell, but Rix will, leave off at an appropriate point for perhaps us meeting our various classmates or something like that, and make a performance check, rather.
Yes, please.
If you were doing this in a performative manner, Akina would slide behind you and start doing like dramatic gestures and like quasi dance moves. And
absolutely, Rix is laying it on, as it were. We are going to spend a hero point though, because I'm a storyteller, and that 14 is not going to lie. So
it cannot stand.
I will not let it. Come on, that's a natural 1.
Oh.
Hey, here is my final hero point, Tom.
Oh no, please save it for yourself, my friend, because I have a reroll here from the Double Doge.
Okay.
Here's help for arriving at a map. I appreciate your help, though. And whatever happens here happens, because I'm not going to keep rerolling things.
There we go.
But that's a 25.
Beautiful. Your start to the tale is engrossing.
After we met, and met some of our fellow dorm mates and classmates, we started taking in the wonders of the campus. I completely forget the name of some of the stores. I don't have that map in front of me to reference.
Powder Pile is the name of the student store.
We went to the Powder Pile. We took a brief viewing of the various libraries, the dining hall, and it was quite wonderful. We even got to pick our own rooms and start personalizing them. The Laundry Guardians, one of them fell in battle, the other was adopted by me. And I think at that point she's just kind of going to start to quiet down and sort of look awkwardly at any of the other three people that have not talked yet.
Yes, I'm ready to jump in. Were you going to?
Jay, give me a check for.
Yeah. Sorry, I was. Performance.
Beautiful. Very well done. The other students are listening raptly.
And as you pick up from the Guardians conversation, and then not much of a storyteller and not much charisma, Elias begins to say, and from there the journey became even more harrowing as we began to work on our perquisites and begin exploring the different houses in the Magambia and and he'll go through a couple of the first tasks in harrowing detail and probably a little bit over the top with his relying more on his body to sell the story than his words because he's not much of a speaker. So I like to do athletics if I can as I try and reenact some of the things that we did like physically as opposed to with my words. So.
Yes, please.
Oh, poor showing from poor Elias.
You've got hero points. You've got hero points.
Do you have
I got
any
a lot
more,
to spare. Yeah, sure.
Or I was gonna say re-rolls.
We have one more reroll left in the queue. We have managed to burn through them today. Would you like
Good.
this reroll?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. I will replace my 10 with a 17.
Tom, what's the shout out on that re-roll?
Toriko, at least I assume that's how you pronounce your name. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I just got back from a break. Does this lamp grant wishes? No, because I wish for a reroll. You got one anyway, so thank you.
That reroll is not a knockoff like the original, so that's good. But with a 17 athletics, I try and reenact the harrowing climbing of the tree to get this dreaded mushroom that we slowly ground into scarlet tap oil.
Very nice.
Revi will go ahead and pick off from there, going over the hunt for the chickens. Going into great detail about the chickens' appearance and the habits which they had observed the little chicks behaving, as well as little bits of husbandry that had come to mind, carrying the chicks, keeping them warm. Perhaps spending a little bit too much detail on these stupid chickens. And finishing off with a brief telling of the gremlin parade. And let's see. Using their possibly nature check to kind of go over what they learned about the chickens.
Sure.
23.
Very nice. Despite going into probably too much detail about these chickens, Akoro and Naxolo are listening attentively. Maruk, do you have anything to contribute? At the end of this story.
He wraps up the story with the bonds that this group have formed over the week, and also a long and drawn out first person narrative of his walking the streets, delivering the mail for the last perquisite, and he's going to use a society check as he was using that for the mail to describe how he was like navigating the streets and such. It's really dry and really boring, but he's got some real good facts about what he's learned about the town and his time there.
And he still somehow manages to be quite engaging. As you wrap up, Akora and Nexolo give you a little clap, and then Akora leans in. Nexolo leans in. And what's the moral of the story? What lesson is it trying to tell?
That we all must rely on each other in areas where we are not strong.
Yes, we covered for each other's weaknesses many times over the last few days.
Yes, strength not lies in one, but in the thousands that have come before us. And the 5 of us here now. 6 if you count our snake friend.
There's no I in team.
7 if you also count the tiny burb.
What did you say, Kat?
There's no I in team.
So
Lucia's
cute.
just like, ah.
There is a me. Thank you for your tales. You get the rest of the day to yourselves, but Teacher Ott wants you to meet him at the outdoor ceremony stage at dawn tomorrow. Teacher Ott didn't say why, but I'm pretty sure it's for your introduction ceremony.
Ooh, what is an introduction ceremony?
Oh, Teacher Ott will present you to the other Magambian teachers. You'll want to wear your necklaces or your bracelets, and you should probably dress nicely.
Noted.
Revy looks down at their pants and scarf. Is there what? Nicely? Do people have different outfits?
Revi, let me show you the world.
And that is, I think, where we'll fade to black for tonight. We'll pick up next time with the introduction ceremony. Before we go, for a hero point, how is your character feeling about today's events, Jet?
Pretty good. We actually really did some pretty solid teamwork today, and that was nice. Or this week, these several days, and that was pretty nice.
Rose?
Yeah.
No, just very still.
Sorry, I'm thinking. Elias. Elias is happy. He's happy to be part of the team. He's happy to be part of the group. I was really thinking when we were in our combats and when we were doing our skill challenges that that the teacher Ott knew what he was doing when he put us all together in our group that we're in, and that we can really play off each other's strengths. And it's going to be really nice to have not only the challenges in school, but outside of school, where we have this core group of friends that we can rely on. So I think that's really cool. And Elias is really optimistic to have this core group with him.
Nice. Kat?
Revy is pretty excited to have their world expanding in the world of fashion now, amongst other things. But yeah, same thing as everybody else. They're happy to be back in the team, with their old family group. But this one seems to be working together even better than their kobold. I keep wanting to say coven, but that's not the right word. Commune, there we go. Kobold coven. Sorry.
We have a kobold cabal. I feel you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, anything with a k sound, really.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll make the kobold coven next time. But yeah, happy to be with a team that is helping them learn.
Very nice. I have a kobold witch to add to that coven. We'll talk about that later, though. Leif.
Maruk is very positively anxious. He's anxious, but it's the good kind of anxious for tomorrow's events. Very ready to get learning proper instead of just doing these little menial tasks, the perquisites before the real knowledge begins.
Tom. Oh, sorry, Leif. I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. And I was just going to throw in, and Lucius is sleepy.
As one is after such a hard, long day. Tom, how is Rick's feeling?
Yeah, Rix is feeling the same sort of sense of accomplishment as most of his friends are feeling, I think. I don't know if he was so if he was told of the complaints that he received that we received from the Emerald Boughs.
Yes.
Okay.
Ignacio Tenzaway would have told you.
Yeah. Rix doesn't feel badly about that. If anything, he's grateful for this opportunity because from what little he knows about the 5 branches of the Magambia and whatnot, he understands that not every one of them is going to fit him perfectly. And he's glad to have had this opportunity that knows, like, yeah, he can sweet talk people, but also sometimes he gets sort of tired of it and is, you could say he's capricious because he's a fae. So he's glad for this lesson that perhaps the Emerald Boughs just aren't for him necessarily.
He's learned something about himself.
Exactly. Yes.
That's always good. We like character development on this show. As always, we'd like to thank Paizo for publishing this AP, and more specifically, the authors of this book. I really hope I'm saying their names right, or somebody tells me if I'm not. Alexandria Bustian and Eleanor Farron. Thank you for this spectacular content. We're having a lot of fun with it. We actually had to tighten things up a little bit this week because these guys were spending so much time talking to NPCs. I've given them the option to schedule one-on-ones with NPCs throughout the week. So we'll see what they do with that. Shout out to Enicola for our fantastic character art. You can find her on Twitter at Enicola for commissions of your own characters. Our token markers are the Isle of Lore 2 status icons and token markers by Stephen Calling. And that cool poison cloud I used was from Animated Spell FX Volume 1 by JJPS. Shout out to Clue for buying those for me back when I was running Threefold Conspiracy. Thank you, Clue. You can find both of those sets on the Roll20 Marketplace. Lots of great stuff for your games there. Go check it out. Tom, who do we have to thank for our music today?
Why, of course, we have Dark Fantasy Studio, played through Gaidra commands. We have A New Day Begins, Forest. So from Dark Fantasy Studio, we have A New Day Begins and Dance of Death was our battle music. And then from Tabletop Audio, we have Forest_Day and Rivertown for our 2 sort of ambient songs.
Rivertown.
Yeah, Rivertown. You're going to hear a lot of Rivertown. I like Rivertown.
Well, and Magambia is sort of a river town. It's got that like moat.
It is, yeah, and it's not even very river-y, it's just sort of your generic. It feels sort of Skyrim-y, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's a slow little ambling.
It's a good one.
I mean, I just looked close at the map today. There's docks. There's like so many different boats. Some of them are big enough to have like 2 or 3 sails. It's actually a pretty big river.
Yeah. Jet, what's coming up on Star-Lords this week?
What should have happened this last week, but I just mentally could not, unfortunately, and I apologize for that.
Hey, it happens. Real life always comes first.
We will possibly, hopefully, be finding Jorgenfist and maybe making our way into it, but that depends a lot on the actions you want to take and your dice rolls.
Nice. Very good. Kat just suggested if you guys, the audience, have ideas for one-on-ones you would like to see, let us know. Come on over to the Discord, drop it in the Strength of Thousands channel. We'll see if we can coordinate it. Tell us who you want to see these guys interact with. And maybe we'll release some extra content just for you.
Ooh.
On that topic, if you're not a member of our Discord, why the heck are you not a member of our Discord? Come join the Nonce Nerd Nation. Talk about the show, your own games, whatever you like. We promise we don't bite. The link is below this video, whether you're watching it on Twitch or YouTube. If you're on the podcast, Tom, is there a link on the podcast?
On the pod, yes, there is in the description of the podcast.
And in the show notes, if you're listening to our podcast. Come join us. We love to chat with our fellow nerds. Finally, while you're there on Discord, give us more icebreakers, pretty please. Jet is so low on icebreakers. I have all of them from like the last 4 series that I can go through. But Jet has a really long running series on Thursdays, so he's used a lot of them. Please, please.
It's been going for over a year now. We're almost to 60 episodes.
Give us some more icebreakers, interesting questions for characters to answer. They don't have to be classic icebreakers. My favorite ones are the ones that dig into who these characters are a little bit. So you can also give us character development kind of questions. Really, really make the players squirm. Without further ado, it's time to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next week for episode 4, Formal Introductions. Until then, may your allies roll 20s and your enemies roll 1s. Stay nerdy out there, folks.